Oh. Hello, this is George Senda, the official, the original, the, the, the authentic, the real, the one, the only, the guy from Pittsburgh, except no cheesy YouTube imposters, commentators, or trolls. And this is live. I thought I'd try it live again, but I am still ice cold. It is icy cold out there with freezing gusts of wind. I'd say 30 miles an hour, 10 to 20 tonight, with 6 degrees colder than what it says. The Weather Channel says it's 46, which means it'll be 37 in Boston. They're going to have 3 days of 30s. It's cold. And in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, they're going to have 5 days of thunderstorm and lightning. And today in Pittsburgh, California, where Kathy lives, she went to the doctor. They gave her a heart clean bill of health, but they got to find out why she's having trouble breathing. It hailed. I went to the credit union. I can't see well because my both damaged eyes. I thought I lost my debit card. I went and they gave me a new debit card. I put in the PIN number, but I really can't see the keypad very well. When I got to Safeway, the PIN number didn't work. I got to go back to the credit union more. Then I got to go to Capital One. I got to go to Target, call the coin dealer. They want money. Everybody wants money. I'm going quietly crazy. But I have a bunch of blue cards in my wallet, blue credit cards and blue debit cards, and they all look alike when they're all blue, when you can't see something even if you've got the light on. So tomorrow I'm bringing my flashlight. All right, went to Safeway after that. So this is tonight's haul. We first have the ever popular, and Mama Cat came running in here. And she's cold too. Kitten Cat came out in the hallway. We have the ever popular toilet paper. We have, the crappy Android phone. I made 2 phone calls on it. It went dark. I hate Android phones. And I found a board, which I'm going to use for something. I'll do a video on that later. And sometime tonight for the channel members, will be coin roll hunting. I'll do one for the channel members and do 20 bucks for the channel members, 10 bucks for the normal viewers, and you can join the channel for $3.99 or $6.99 where you see content not on the regular channel. All right, and what's sad, I go in there, what used to be Healthy Choice or something, Dinners, Smart Ones, they changed the name. $1.99, the shelves were empty. I go in to get something else on sale, shelves were empty. Then you get the digital thing, but the problem, my phones are both messed up. I can't use the digital thing because I can't see the digital thing. So I'm screwed all the way around. Anyway, okay, we have Marie Callender's sweet and sour chicken. That will be dinner. No pizza tonight. Swiss Smith's hot cocoa for it being that gusty. I got on the bus. My hands were frozen. Hot cocoa helps. We have some Braunschweiger for the sandwiches, and we have 3 bean and beef burritos. I can't get my cheddar cheese because it's on digital too. And cheese is $5 and $6 a package now. It's gone through the roof as well. And I take back the fruit to Costco on Wednesday. We have a can of Denison's original chili. Thursday, I go to Kathy's to work on the Mac. There's another burrito. I thought I had. Yeah. And we have a thing of bird's eye steamables, broccoli and cauliflower. Kathy hates both. She likes broccoli, hates cauliflower. And finally, also to make sandwiches, I give the cat some. We have chicken of the sea, chunk like tuna in water. So that's tonight's haul. And then I gotta go feed Tiny One. I did take everything out of the kitchen this afternoon. The lamp is tilted because I moved the stroller and I had to take the bedding off. I haven't moved it yet. I will. And Tiny One. Oh yeah, I swept the kitchen floor today. I'm gonna mop it tonight. so if I have enough light for them on. So, I was so cold when I came in there, I had trouble taking my shoes off, for God's sake. Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to put this. I bought myself a Reese's peanut butter cup. So the board came in very handy, so I take this stuff into the refrigerator. I'll be right back. I saw Kathy last week, so anybody who says I went and did anything with Kathy is a liar because I haven't seen her. This is Monday, happy April Fool's Day. I got April Fool from the credit union. I put in my normal PIN number, which I've been using for millions of years. Didn't work. I'm going back tomorrow and have the manager do it, because at least she knows what she's doing. I got money to put in the bank and Capital One and Target and Citibank. And I got to write everybody a letter saying, I can't pay you all what you want until May because I've got too many bills and not enough money. Ugh. I spent too damn much money at Costco, too. Okay. The curse of Costco. Got to take the fruit back on Wednesday because I opened the bag of nectarines rotten. I opened the bag of plums rotten. Not buying pre-bagged fruit again, unless it's tangerines or mandarin oranges or something. Okay. Kathy asked me on the phone, I thought it was funny. She said, when is the winter going to end? I said, probably November. And this year I watched videos with the 3 competing groundhogs. Puxatawny film a groundhog in Georgia and I think a groundhog in Ohio. And all 3 groundhogs said 6 more weeks to winter, and I think they were right for once. I've never seen, except clips, the movie Groundhog Day. So, okay, now, 1,454,241 and 18,099 subscribers. Thank you for subscribing, and let's go into the live content. Also, her back was hurting her, and my back is hurting me, because when I fell last year and landed face down the street, my lower back went crunch. It did not like falling in the street. So I'm sitting here on the phone with her when after I fed Mama Cat. Kitten came out in the hallway, very brave of her, and meant meow. That means feed me. What's taking you so long? Mama Cat let me pet her last night. Mama Cat let me pet her today. She's nuzzling everything. She's starting to be a baby again. So, but when I'm talking on the phone to Kathy, when I fell in the street, something went crunch to the right side of my spine. And now all the way across my waist, or whatever you call it, at the base of the spine, there's just one solid line of pain. And I let out this pain alert, pain alert, pain alert. So we're both having back pain. She has a curved spine, and I have 3 crushed discs in my spine. Oh, okay. Is anybody in chat? Probably not. I don't care in a way. They don't want to come in and chat. Well, okay. You know, for years I had sometimes 50, 60, 80 people in chat, and the trolls would come in and sabotage the chat like they've done so much in my life. no other reason that they can, and they're jerks. But when are you gonna go live? When are you gonna go live? You go live, nobody comes in. I don't go live, they all start asking me, or they used to. When are you gonna go live? So, but oh my god! Luckily, I got the bus. The minute I got out of Safeway, about 2 minutes, I got across the street, my groceries, and the bus came. I called the wrong eye doctor. I got to look up on my iPad, not my iPad, my iPhone. I put in notes where and when I'm going to the eye doctor. My ID card for the state is expiring at the end of April. I got to go to the DMV and get a new ID card. That's always fun. Hope I don't have to stand out there and freeze for 2 or 3 hours. And then Kathy has to go because she failed the vision test, and we're supposed to go sometime this month, very soon, to the eye doctor. Both of us get our eyes examined. She needs to get examined so she can pass the eye test. She can get her license back. They suspend your license if you don't come back within so many days, which is wrong. You could have an illness, injury, whatever. But I've got the door open for Mama Cat, and I can feel the cold air coming in. And she came in and squeaked at me. She nuzzled the cat food containers in the kitchen. She loves a nuzzle. But I know she misses Fluffy, as do I. I miss my baby. I miss all three of my babies, Fluffy, Little Girl, and Fuzzy. And while I was in the credit union, took about 20 minutes, very brief rainstorm in Pleasant Hill. And then the streets were wet, but Kathy told me it hailed when coming back from the doctor. Whoa, so that's a trip. It doesn't hail very often in the Bay Area. It does in the wintertime sometimes. We get a big storm coming in, but we were in Walnut Creek at Taco Bell one year in our Prius. She went in to get the food, and I'm sitting in the car, and I'm on my iPad, and I had an iPad that was live back then, and all of a sudden this huge amount of hail starts coming down and hitting the windshield, and I go, I hope it didn't crack the windshield. It was a trip to sit inside the car and watch hail just, and the roof was like marbles hitting the roof. So I haven't been in very many hailstorms in my life, but that was first time ever in a car. Okay, nobody's in here. So after this, I will go and feed Tiny One something, Barry gas station something. There's somebody with a video on Bolero, so maybe that's my video. But dog visits her is human. That's not one of my videos. I don't have a dog. I would like to have a dog, but by my knees I can't go have a dog. Can't walk. So anyway, that's what's going on. I have one appointment to the knee surgeon this month. And I have a phone call at my doctor, and I have an eye doctor appointment at one doctor and a cataract surgeon doctor at the other doctor. And I don't have to see the foot doctor for 10 weeks. And I put a stop payment on the $25 check I sent the new catalog company, which I mailed out around the 5th of March, and they never got it. So I'm going to call them tomorrow and say, hey, I had to stop payment on this because you never got it. You never had credit to my account. But I've already made more than the first. I made double the first payment. I sent them $30 instead of 14. And I now have $50 in my savings account. I have not been able to save for a long time. So I'm just going to take $50 every month, pretend it doesn't exist. And then as I pay down other debt, eventually make it 100. So that's what's happening. And I told the driver going out who knows me, I said, this is absolutely nuts. I was warmer in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania than here. And it's like 31 back there for Boston. Hello, Top Cat. Hello, Bellamy. You used to love my videos. I don't know why you're not a channel member. Bellamy the cat was a channel member. And I've gotten no responses to all the people I wrote going, what happened? You used to be my channel member. Are you mad at me or something? Did I do something to offend you? I have no idea. My only offense is to try to go after evil trolls. Okay. Okay, but don't steal my shtick. Meat wads from Joliet. Well, the prison is closed. They may have made it a museum. I don't know. It's still there. Joliet Jake, the Blues Brothers. One of the greatest movies ever made. I love the Blues Brothers. Second movie, but welcome. Hello. Yeah. I've actually been through Joliet, but I don't remember it. I was like 10 or 12. We went across Illinois. I don't remember we saw the prison or not. It's been, my God, 60 years. Haven't been back east since 1970, so I'm overdue. Overdue for a trip back to the homeland. Although technically, given my mother's ancestry, your homeland would be the fatherland, Germany, or maybe East Prussia, which is now Lithuania. That's where my mother and her parents and her family came from. My father's family came from Hungary and Czechoslovakia, but on his side, they've been in Pittsburgh since 1820. So we are plank owners of Pittsburgh, so to speak. Been there going on 300 years. And I called up AppleCare today because all the saved passwords on my Mac and my iPhone for my Mac Mini do not work. And I wanted to update the OS. And then I get Thursday to call AppleCare again, except that Kathy's internet isn't working. So I got to call AT&T. I told her, you call AT&T, make sure you call them. No. Why not? Oh, no. This is the kind of stuff that drives me crazy. I don't hit her when she says that. I just shake my head and go, why me? Why? Why can't she listen and do what I tell her to do? Because it's what you do. You got to call your internet provider and say, hey, fix this. They may have to come out physically and find out what's wrong with the line. And she doesn't have a landline. And she has the modem, the newer modem. I have the old modem. I think my internet's gone out twice this month, or in the last month. So long time caller. And I won't let people call me because of the trolls. There is a device that was on sale on a major recording company where you record for on-the-air radio that gives you a 15-second delay, but it's $77,000. And I would have to get Curtis Thornton or someone to teach me how to use it. Or hook up with George Knapp or Tom Danheiser or George Norrie. How do I use this sucker to do live calls? Art and I used to correspond. Rest in peace, Art Bell. We miss you. And if Art was still alive, I could call. How do I use this thing? Come on out the front. I'll show you how. Maybe he might have done that. I miss the hell out of him. I still listen to Art Bell. George sounds like he had a stroke, but then I sound bad because I don't have any teeth. My bathtub has finally stopped spewing up mass amounts of dirt and water. I've been pouring dish Dawn and laundry detergent down it. So nobody in chat. I'm all alone except for Meatwad. So every day it would fill up with about a foot of water, and I'd pour some Arm & Hammer down, which is the greatest detergent ever. Don't get tied. That makes you itch. And then I would pour Dawn down the thing, and then stuff would subside. And then when I got up or went to the bathroom the next time, there's no water in the tub. Take some paper towels or toilet paper. Do not flush it back down the toilet. Whatever the hell it is, scoop it all out of the tub. And the next time I turn around, it's filling up with a foot of water with dirt and hair. And I gotta get this place cleaned up so I can have them come in and snake the bathtub. And now let's play the exciting game, Snake Your Bathtub. Dun, dun, dun. What do I win? You win a cookie. So, sometime tonight, if I have the energy and the pain, I don't know where my pain pills are. They're somewhere around here. I'm gonna move this small table. The end of the month, I'm ordering a new cable for the Mac. I found a 16. It's a standard cable Apple uses for the Silicon M1 Mac Mini. So I'm gonna get a 16-foot cable, put the Mac Mini there, and then get rid of this little table, move my gooseneck lamp over, and that way I can have a space to get under the TV table. Not be mean to her. I love the mom. I picked her up last night, put her on the bed. I was petting her and she was purring away. She's a very loud purr. Scratching her ears, gave her kisses, scratched her chin, scratched the side of her chin, and then I put the remote down and hit the metal rack here, and she panicked when they went clunk, ran under the table again. I have 2 still kitties. But after losing Fluffy and Middle Girl and Fuzzy, I need a baby. I've had cats for 47 years. I'm used to sleeping with kitties. I miss the purring. I miss the warmth. I'm hoping a mama cat will calm down. A neighbor suggested I get some catnip. I got to clean the floor up under the table. Things fall off the clothing rack and fall off this table. So after I take what I'm going to do with the board, move the clothing rack. I'm trying to put the clothing rack back because Patty is not calling us at all. And I'll put the bookcase this way along. When I move this table up, put the bookcases that way. And maybe move the table out from under the window. Put the other TV where the window since it's sealed with the air conditioner. It's probably another reason why it gets so cold in here. I got to get a cover for the air conditioner eventually. And the Westinghouse Roku, I thought the screen was bad. It wasn't. I've had a look on YouTube and I found out that you can expand the screen, but you have to go into the secret settings, known only in the Masonic order, to change the size of the screen. So watching YouTube, you learn how to do that. They don't tell you on the screen. There's press the home button, go to settings, press this for brightness and darker and lighter and blah, 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 and colors. And then you have to press the asterisk and go in there and do this. But this was the 3rd setting. And I saw that in a YouTube video. So you learn lots of stuff. But I had to do it over again, except I thought the Sony, which is 3 feet from me, was dying. I had the Command Plus up too high. All right, with that in mind, I feel kind of silly talking to nobody except one person. I'm going to go. Have a good night, and Meatwad, stay warm and dry wherever you are. According to the Weather Channel, a blurb came up, said Kansas City, Chicago may get tornadoes. That is trippy. I don't know if there's ever been a tornado in Chicago. I don't know about Kansas City, but Chicago is, on rivers, and people would be freaking out. Good thing the stockyards aren't there. That would be a real catastrophe. They used to be. You could smell the cattle for miles. I don't know where they dispose of the cattle now, but that was the stockyard of the world. It was one thing. Because Chicago is known, it's in the Frank Sinatra, Chicago stockyards, in the Frank Sinatra song, My Kind of Town. All right, with that, my late friends Frank Sinatra, my also miss. Have a great night. Stay warm, stay dry, stay hydrated, stay safe, and watch the price register or the register tape as you go to the store and hand them your bar of gold pressed latinum. This is my Buick LeSabre. Might get damaged, bottom line. Yeah, Buick LeSabre. I always liked Buicks, but I was a Chevy man. I like big GM cars of the 50s and 60s. But the government made it have all these safety crapola features and smog regulations and ruined great cars. The only problem with the Chevys and Cadillacs and Buicks of that era, they got about 10 miles a gallon, which was great when the gas was 29.9 or 19.9 at one point when I was a child. and where they had guys come out in nice starch suits with the caps, and your man from Texaco, the man from Chevron, the man from Atlantic, you can use. Let's see. Um, you can trust your car to the man who has a star for the finest service, and I can't remember the rest of the song. At every Texaco station, clear across the nation for products you can trust. That one time Texaco, before they got taken over by Chevron, was in all 50 states. Same with Gulf Oil. Gulf Oil was a Pittsburgh company, also taken over by Chevron, then sold off. They're now a Massachusetts company, but they still use the Gulf Oil symbol. So my dad was a Chevy man too. We had Imperials, we had Chryslers, we had DeSoto, we had a Valiant, we had Plymouths, we had Chevys. He bought a Le Car, a Citroën Le Car, French for Le Crapola, in 1962. It got stuck in the snow. And one point, he towed it all across the country with the Imperial that had no working air conditioning. My mother, we got to Vegas, she was boiled like a lobster. She said, no more. And we checked in the Riviera. They had to put wet sheets and rubber sheets down. She was screaming in agony because we did it in July. And he sold the Nash Metropolitan. Kathy thinks those cars are so cute. The only problem with those, fully restored one costs 60 grand, but the only problem with the Nash, and I have not seen Chip Foose do a rebuilding of one. They only come with stick. That was a American Motors car. So yeah, Buick LeSabre. And by the way, I'm going to use that as a channel picture. There is a picture of a two-door. I had the yellow or beige or whatever color you would call it. I had a Chevy Caprice four-door with the biggest engine they made at the time, a 450 V8. Was given him by my friend Mark Weiss. And on the way home, I went downtown Sacramento to look for something to eat at about 2 in the morning, and a cab was speeding 60 miles an hour down Chase Street. He hits me, driver's side. My head hit the door frame. The car spun around like a spinning hands of a clock. The cops showed up, asked the cab driver, why were you speeding? I had passengers, I didn't give him a ground. He said, you're only 4 blocks away, you're not doing 60 and a 30. Gave him a ticket. I tried to sue them at Jacoby and Myers, and they came back to me and said, we can't sue them. Why? Well, what they do, they were like, I'm giving you an example here, it's not their real name, ABC Cab Company. What they would do, they get so many accidents, they would go into court, they would reorganize, they declare bankruptcy and rename themselves CDF Cab Company so nobody could sue them. I drove the car back to work to get help, and about halfway across, I got pulled over because my tags were expired. The cops showed up, West Sacramento, told me to get out of the car. What am I doing? You've been drinking? No. You doing drugs? No. I'm going back to work because I got in a car accident. My head hurts and I'm dizzy and I feel like I'm going to throw up. His supervisor came up, the big white guy cop, but the supervisor was black. I said, please let me sit down on the curb in my car. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to throw up. He wouldn't let me do it. And the sergeant told him, let him sit down. He's sick. The guy was being a word and wouldn't let me sit down. So I threw him up. I threw up on him. And he pulled his nightstick and was going to start beating me up. And he stopped him and said, no, he warned you. You're sick. They towed my car, and I got the car out the next day. Went to the DMV and paid my tags. I drove it from Los Angeles. It had no tags because the owner before Mark gave it to Mark, and then he died. Hard to pay the tags from beyond. So I love that car. I drove it to Reno twice. It had power like you wouldn't believe, but boy, did it eat gas. Much like my Dodge Diplomat, former Sacramento Lieutenant's police car I had. Wouldn't pass smog because I didn't know about the EGR valve. All right, with that in mind, adventures in driving. I'll tell you about the Art Bell story one night. I was listening to Art Bell and got paced by the California Highway Patrol, and I was doing absolutely nothing wrong. Going back to Santa Rosa. Listening to Coast with Art Bell. Got pulled over by the cops. What are you doing? I'm drinking a Pepsi. What are you doing? I'm eating pretzels, drinking a Pepsi. Why? I'm listening to Art Bell. Oh. He let me go. Why did you speed up? Because you were tailgating me and I don't know what you were. It's 2 in the morning and pitch dark out here.